All right, I'm gonna do a full garden tour for April 2025. I'm gonna show you guys some of our favorite plants and what we have going on in the garden. What we do here, we have just a small, regular sized backyard, and it's less than 1/4 of an acre. But in our yard, we have over 17 fruit trees and about 20 different berry bushes, plus we do a vegetable garden, we have flowers, etc. And I'm gonna try to get all that stuff, oh, plus the tropicals that we do in the front yard, elephant ears, canna lilies. I'm gonna try to get all that stuff in the video to show you what's blooming and what's going on in the garden for April 2025. There's Simba. What are you doing, buddy? There's our doggy Simba. Got to get him in the videos. He's chewing around. Don't make a mess. All right. Right now is one of the most beautiful, most colorful times because the red buds are blooming, and I just found out that these flowers are actually edible. You can pick them and eat them right off the tree. They're edible, they're tasty, and the tree's blooming. You can also boil them up and make them into jams and jellies. This is our little island area that we made here. This is a serviceberry that I planted, which is still alive but not doing too well. Don't know why, but most of that's died. This right here is a Viking aronia berry, and it's doing really well. As you can see, it's gonna have a lot of berries this year. This is a serviceberry that is doing really good. Got lots of flowers, beautiful flowers. And we'll hopefully get a lot of fruit off of this. Serviceberries are one of my favorites because they're easy to grow, easy maintenance, and they have amazing tasting fruit. This right here, this is our big peach, Flaming Fury peach, and we just had flowers on it, so we should have some fruit this year. Moving down, I have a little raised bed of strawberries right here, and this right here is an experiment I'm doing. I'll have a full video about this, but this was a mulberry tree that ended up growing and not producing any fruit because it was a male tree. See, I never used to know, but the mulberries are male and female. So this was a male tree. I gave it 2 years to see if it would produce any fruit. It didn't produce any fruit at all. And so my idea is I cut it down and I'm going to try to graft onto the top of it a different variety of mulberry called the Illinois everbearing mulberry, which will produce fruit, and I'll put grafts coming out of the top here. So we'll see how those grow, but I hopefully will have a full video on how I'm doing that. This right here is called a Blue Moon honeyberry, and these things are awesome little fruit. I'll put links in the description of where I buy a lot of my little bushes and fruit trees. But I bought this one, let's see, I tried to put on here 2020 I bought this. I did have some fruit on this last year, which they're very tasty little berries, and looks like I will have some fruit on it again this year. This little area is a beautiful little area that we got going. I'll just kind of give you the overview and point out some stuff that we have. This on the end is a gooseberry. Then right here I've got what's called the goumi berry, G-O-U-M-I, goumi berry. And these are 2 currants I have on the end. And then I have a lot of like daylilies and daffodils and stuff throughout here. And then this is actually a native, just native weed, I think is what most people would call it, but it's called the cup plant. And it just came up because we started leaving some wild areas in our yard, and it grows this huge plant with these beautiful yellow flowers on the top, almost like a sunflower. So we have those cup plants all throughout this area, which by August, September will be a beautiful addition to the garden. Going around here, this is our whole fenced in garden area, which I will have some vegetable gardening going in the summer. Right now there's not that much going on in this area. I do have a couple blueberries, little blueberries, and then I have kind of a little nursery where I have some smaller trees. Over on this side I have a bunch of thornless blackberries I planted, and then let's see, another blueberry here. And this is really awesome. I'll walk you through and show you the trellis that we have the hardy kiwis growing up over. All right, this is the trellis. With the hardy kiwi. I planted these about 4 or 5 years ago, and these are hardy kiwi. I still have yet to get any fruit off of them because I think you need a male and a female, and I believe what lived on these for me was 2 females, so I recently bought a third one, another male right here, and I'm hoping to get fruit this year. But they grow up over this trellis. This is a DIY trellis that we made out of a cattle panel, which I got from Tractor Supply. And if you want to see a full video about how to make that, comment on the channel and maybe I'll make a full video on how I made this. So going forward to this section, these are 2 raised beds that I made last year. Just easy raised beds that I made out of like a fence posts here. And we're full of strawberries. And we've got little flowers. So we should have some strawberry fruit this year if the slugs don't get all of them. Back behind that, we've got the outdoor bunny pen. We've got our big Bradford pear, which is not a fruit, doesn't produce fruit, but the bunnies like eating the leaves. Back here, we've got a couple more of the beautiful red buds. Our little creek, flowing real good because we just had a bunch of rain, but this is our little creek behind our property here. Right here we've got a couple more areas that are really cool, little areas got going on. The Pixwell gooseberry, the other Pixwell gooseberry, these were loaded with fruit last year and they're very easy to grow, these gooseberries. I like eating them plain, but you can also cook with them and make gooseberry pie and jelly and jams and different things. One of the easiest little bushes to grow. And here we have our 2 apple trees. This one it was originally a Honeycrisp, looks like. But I've recently got into some grafting techniques that I've tried, and as you can see, I grafted all these different kinds on here. Jana Gold, I grafted right here, and it took, and it's living. Right here, I grafted Millhouse UNC. Right here, it's living. Different things that I've grafted on. So this is going to be a multi-variety apple tree. And this little guy as well behind me, they're flowering. Oh, beautiful. I think this one was a Ozark Gold apple, but also I'm grafting different varieties onto it, which is cool because the apples require like a cross pollination. So if you graft different varieties onto it, you have a better cross pollination, more fruit coming on, and you get to try more different varieties. Hopefully I have some apples this year, but I'll just get in here some of the beautiful flowers in the video. Beautiful tulips and daffodils blooming. April's a great time for those. Up in here I have another honeyberry. Not exactly sure what I'm gonna do with this middle spot here yet. Got another honeyberry here and another aronia, Viking aronia berry. And then back over in this section, normally we have the pool here. We have all our pool videos on YouTube, look those up, but we love doing the pool. Put that up in May. Coming back here, these are our elderberries. This is a really easy one to grow in Missouri. They grow like weeds pretty much. But they have great berries and they have medicinal properties, and I've been taking cuttings, selling some of the cuttings, propagating, making more plants, all kinds of things you can do with elderberry. So look on the channel about my elderberry videos for that. Over here, this is a little Asian pear. Asian pear, Hosui Asian pear. It's loaded with flowers. I don't know if you can see that. Beautiful. They smell good, beautiful flowers. It's just a little guy, a couple feet high. Maybe we'll get fruit on this. We shall see. Here's some more elderberries popping up. Like I said, they spread all over the place. Back in here, these are two, I think these are the little black cherries that I just planted. I got some seedlings. I got a bunch of seedlings off of MDC seedling program, Missouri Department of Conservation. And I think these were the black cherries, I believe. And I had some serviceberry seedlings I also planted all over the place, like up along the fence here. And we'll see if any of those grow. That leads us right to our beautiful, beautiful magnolia. These magnolias are just so awesome, beautiful, amazing. I remember when we planted this thing, it was just about that high. And it's huge now. Gives you the full idea of the size. But they only bloom for like a week or two. Usually early April. So in another week, this will all be gone, unfortunately. But it's a beautiful tree, beautiful bush that we have here. And then back here in this section, we've got, what do we have here? Yostaberry, Pixwell gooseberry. Got some more of those cup plants coming up, and the serviceberry seedlings. Along the fence, we'll see if those grow. Sections to cover. This is one of my favorite little islands that we do here, right here in the middle. We've got a peach tree. We've got blueberries and strawberries. And we've got this one, which is a spring satin plum cot. About 2 weeks ago, this was loaded with flowers, beautiful white flowers. I don't think I got any video of that. They're all gone now, but we're gonna see if we get any plum cot fruit this year, which is a cross between the plum and the apricot fruit. This little guy, I thought this guy was dead a couple years ago. You see it died all the way back down to here. But then it has regrown, a lot of new growth. This is the plum, I forget the variety. Little plum tree. Some more beautiful tulips, daffodils. And I can't forget this area. We just made this last year. We've got asparagus coming up. Bam. Bam, already a bunch of asparagus coming up. We will get to harvest some of this year because it's year two. Year two, you get to eat some of it. And here we've got another plum tree. This one is the bubblegum Toka plum. Getting pretty big. We might get some fruit on it this year. We shall see. Check back in the videos in July or August and we'll see if we get fruit. Let's go to the front yard. One of the highlights of our front yard right now is this beautiful little lilac bush. Look at that, it's blooming, and it's got great smelling little flowers on it. We've got some tropicals that we had brought in for the winter. These are the alocasia, elephant ears, and the crown of thorns plant, and some fig trees. These guys do not live over winter in Missouri. Also this key lime. So all these we had brought in for the winter. Here's another elephant ear. So on some of these, like elephant ears, figs, stuff like that, you can bring inside for the winter and overwinter them inside, which is what we do with some of this stuff. This area not looking like much yet, because this is usually where we put all the tropicals. We do have this little bush cherry, which is beautiful. We've got some hostas poking up. Yes, we do pray for the Lou. And all this I will plant with canna lily and elephant ears. And by August, it'll be huge, awesome plants in here. And then we got this. This tree's looking good. Japanese maple. This area is a work in progress. Not much going on here yet, but I did plant a bunch of wildflowers. These are like little beauty berry bushes. We'll see if those live. This is a Fuyu Asian persimmon, which I think is alive. It just hasn't blossomed out yet. But that's, yeah, Fuyu Asian persimmon. I will end the video with this cool island behind us. Look at all this new stuff. 2 years ago, this was all just grass back behind us. And I said, I need some more area to plant all my stuff. And so I started planting this whole row all the way down. All kind of cool stuff. This little guy is a cherry. Rainier cherry, oh baby. I hope I get some fruit off of that in a couple years. Oh yeah, that'll be nice. This is the other cherry. I forget the name of this one. I'll put it on the video. It's Montgomery or Montmorency, something like that. I've got a few little blooms. That cherry's looking awesome. These are called the, here I'll show you. Prime, Arc, Freedom, Primal Cane, Blackberry, Stark Brothers. I'll link to that in the description where you can get those. Supposedly they're really good thornless blackberries that bloom every year, fruit every year. And then we've got another peach. We're doing some experiments with grafting. Whoop. That might take, it might not. We shall see. I think this grafting experiment is working, look. So we're gonna have more than one variety of peach on this one peach tree. And last but not least, I've got one more cherry down here at this end. If all these live, I'll have 3 cherries in this section. Stella cherry. 2 years old, looking great. And that's gonna do it for this video. I'm wrapping it up. I just realized I didn't have any pictures of bunnies. This is Oreo. We've got 2 bunnies, Oreo and Willow. And if you're still watching, thanks for watching till the end. If you have any questions about the trees or the fruits or any questions like that, put them in the comments. And also you can look in the description, like I said, for some of the links to like our good resources where we buy our trees and our cuttings and things at. So that's gonna be it for this video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and check out my full playlist, which I'll put on the channel here, which I'll put on the end, which is our gardening and garden tours playlist. And I'll see you on the next video.